All right, what is good with you? It's your boy Travis Kinley coming back to you with another one. Feels good to have my monthly intro done already, and there's a ton of smoke. I'm in Salt Lake City. Dropped a load here early this morning. Taylor dropped a load here. We dropped a load here early this morning, and so then we waited on another load to get here. That got here. The trailer needs a software update, so now we're waiting on the software update to get done. I've been attacked by two, I repeat, not one but two bees today, and here go another one, all in my space. So I'm just trying to make it out here in Utah and truck back east, headed to Georgia. Nevertheless, glad to be back recording. Got the monthly intro done. Some smoke in the air. I hope everything's cool in Salt Lake. We're ready to get rolling. We got to stop by Walmart and get down. You know, pound the ground, put the metal down, the pedal down, keep the left door shut. Taylor's a lot better at that than I am, to be honest with you. Anyways, just want to make a video. I had a question from, oh man, I forgot your name, bro. I had a question from one of the subscribers here on the channel, and that question was, he was asking about leasing. He's thinking about leasing a truck, and he was thinking about leasing onto a carrier that was offering him a rate per mile for a lease agreement. Now, I kind of briefly told him, as well as somebody else responded, I briefly told him, listen, if you're gonna lease, I would not do that per mile. I would be looking for a percentage agreement. He said he was new to the game, he's just getting in, but he's gonna do more research. Thanks for the response. And I told him I'd make a video about it. Here is why. It's a little windy today or whatever, but so just bear with me, folks, bear with me. Here is why I would not lease per mile. I've made this analogy on another video. I'm gonna keep driving the nail in the wood. When you're a lease driver, it's more like being the general manager of a restaurant, right? And when you're a company driver, it's more like being an hourly employee, maybe the host of the restaurant. The reason I say that is because a company driver gets paid per mile, so they're chasing the mile to pad the check. Just like a host at the restaurant is getting paid per hour, so they need to pick up shifts. You know, they're trying to swap shifts, get somebody else's shift that they need. If they want more pay, they gotta run the hours up. A general manager is getting paid salary or something of that nature, so they're not necessarily responsible for, you know, they're not getting paid according to hours. They're getting paid for their performance, right? Well, they're getting paid according to the revenue of the restaurant. The restaurant's performance as far as them selling their product. You know, if the restaurant starts tanking, you can't keep that salary assuming a general manager gets paid salary. Now, I don't get paid salary, it's not what I'm saying, but what I am saying is the general manager is not worried about how many hours he works a week. He's worried about the revenue that the restaurant brings in. He wants to maximize that revenue at all times. When July 4th comes, he's trying to bring up a band in. Let's decorate it, let's have some sort of event going on. We want to maximize revenue, optimize revenue at all times. That is what leasing is about. It's about optimizing revenue, not necessarily maximizing your hours like the restaurant, not necessarily maximizing your miles like a company driver, but it's about optimizing revenue. If I can make, let's say, all right, so 100, 200. So just off the top of my head, if you're getting paid, let's call it 40 cents a mile. If you're getting paid 40 cents a mile, which we don't, but if you're getting paid 40 cents a mile, you run 200 miles, then you're gonna have what? 1, 2, 800 bucks? Let me get my calculator out, man. I'm not a mathematician, man. I think I got that right though. 0.40 times 200. 80 bucks. Dude. Oh, dude. I was like, so wait. Let's work with the actual pay at Prime. 80 bucks, dude. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Anyway, 48 cents per mile times, let's call it 500 miles, right? You're getting, what? 48 cents per mile times 500 miles, you're getting paid $240. If I run 500 miles, I might get paid $700. I might get paid $800 for that 500 miles, right? So for me, I don't want to run the miles up. I want to do, if I can, okay, so if 48 cents per mile at 500 miles gives you $240, for me to make $240, I want to drive less miles than 500. If I can drive 100 miles and make $240, I want to do that. If I can drive 50 miles and make $240, I want to do that. If I can drive 15 miles and make $240 I want to do that. You picking up what I'm putting down? The lease driver wants to do as little, the less miles I run, the less fuel I'm consuming, the less wear and tear on my truck, the less maintenance I have to do, the less frequency of my oil change, of my alignment, of my chassis lube, of my everything. You see what I'm saying? All of my expenses reduce when I reduce my miles. So I don't want to lease a truck but then also chase miles. If I lease a truck and still chase miles, then what I'm doing is I'm allowing my expenses to stay the same, but I'm actually causing my expenses to increase because now I'm paying for the truck. You see, and granted, sure, they gave me a higher cent per mile than I was making, but that's not what I want to do, man. If you want to be a business owner, you want to operate efficiently, you want to optimize your revenue. You see what I'm saying? If there's anything you want to do those two things. You want to be as efficient as possible. You want to optimize your revenue. Now, some people aren't worried about being as efficient as possible. Some people are like, look, pedal to the metal. I don't care about your boost gauge video. I'm just riding. I don't never care about fuel mileage. And there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, if your money can handle that, your money can't handle that, right? But some people want to be but I bet you, even the people that don't care about fuel mileage, I bet you they care about optimizing revenue, okay? I've got plenty of truck driving friends I talk to don't care about their fuel mileage, but they doggone sure care about optimizing revenue. And no lease driver out here don't care about optimizing revenue, okay? So that's all I'm saying. That's why I discourage people from leasing and then working per mile, because it's just gonna put wear and tear on your truck. You're still chasing miles. You're never able to benefit from the extremely valuable load that only needs to move a very short distance. You're never able to benefit from that. And when you're an actual business owner, you're able to benefit from that, right? Actual business owners can benefit from that. If leasing is kind of the step between company and owner operator, whether you're stepping up or whether you know, despite, that's not the point. If leasing is the position between company and owner operator, I would rather lean to the owner operator side and work for revenue rather than lean to the company side and be a lease driver but work per mile, okay? I remember when I was a company driver, my first week where I actually had my truck payment to pay, I ran like around 1,000 miles less than I did when I was company. My first week as a lease driver, I think I said that wrong. My first week as a lease driver, where I was actually paying for my truck, I ran like 1,000 miles less than a company driver, but I think I remember making like $200 to $300 more, right? If you're working per mile, it's not gonna happen that way. You're still gonna chase miles. You still have the mentality of the host at the restaurant, and you've not yet moved to the manager mentality. You've not yet done that, you see? If you're working for revenue also, sometimes you're able to run up that revenue in a big way, and then when you go home, everything's good, right? You might go home on a real short load that pays great, but now you paid for your truck. If you're working per mile, you can't go home on a short load that pays great because your short load's not gonna pay great. Your short load's gonna pay short, and then you go home. You see what I'm saying? So that's my opinion on leasing per mile. I don't have no less respect for a man that leases per mile. Everybody do what they want to do. That's just Travis's opinion, okay? I prefer percentage. I'm glad to be at Prime. I'm glad Prime offers a percentage. He wanted to know what percentage Prime offers, and Prime offers 72% of load. 72% of load. Let's check out the truck in the back. Let's check out the truck in the back. Let's check out the truck in the back, okay? Hey, look, I'm about to check out. I think they're almost done with it. I don't know. They might be almost done. I don't know. I'm about to check out though. I love y'all. Find you somebody to love. Don't forget, it's not about what you believe, it's why you believe it, and live free.